T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Hello, everyone. This is Women's Wrestling Talk Podcast, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. I like doing that. So we are here for another episode. How are you, my amazing host? Am I doing the right way? Or
it's that way. Wait, see, yeah, you got to do like opposite. Bam. I am doing, it's been a long week, but working through it. Friday is here almost, and yeah, I don't know. It's a week. How's your week been?
I would say the same, and that's not a bad thing. Sometimes just like a chill week is probably the best type of week to have, honestly.
Listen, we're grateful to be here. So welcome. Thank you all for joining us.
Yes, absolutely. This episode is called Battle of Technicians. And I was very excited because again, they did promote this from the last episode that we would be getting Trish Adora versus Deonna Purrazzo. And I mean, two of the best when it comes to the technical wrestling aspect. So I knew we would be in for something.
And just before we get into it, for anyone that may be watching for the first time or whatever, we are going back and reviewing some of the older episodes of Women's Wrestling Army until we get new ones, which we don't know when, but hopefully, in the coming months. But yes, so this is actually episode 8 that we're reviewing Battle of the Technicians. So you want to hop in?
Yes. So we have Riley Shepard and the legendary LuFisto. If you want to kind of go over some stats on her.
Absolutely. So this is the first time that we are seeing Riley Shepard here. And I, had not heard of her, right? Like, I'm not sure if you had, Shay, but this was my first time of hearing of Riley. And I was like, let's go. She is known as the Gladiator of Geeks. Now, right. Riley, she started her in-ring career back, I believe, I want to say 2017 actually. And, she's been making the rounds. She's, fought for everyone. She's worked with everyone from, Ring of Honor to Rise to Shine to Beyond Wrestling, AEW most recently, obviously Women's Wrestling Army, and what else? Northeast Wrestling. So she has just definitely made the indie circuit. And it's actually made me really excited to go back and watch some of her other matches that are on YouTube. So you all check them out as well. And actually, most recently, actually, because, you know, stalking, when I'm doing my research, I like to stalk like their Instagrams and like, you know, see what's going on social media. Riley most recently had surgery, her second surgery for a torn meniscus. So wishing her speedy recovery. And actually she hurt herself. She tore her meniscus actually in this match with LuFisto, which caused her to have the very first surgery, which we'll get to because at the end we kind of see whatever. But yes, so that is Riley. And then let's talk about LuFisto. Like there is no, like, how do you condense LuFisto's career, right? Like, she has had such a storied career and has been such an influence on wrestling here in the States, also in Canada, where she's from. She's from Quebec. Also, I didn't mention that Riley is from New Jersey. Lots of New Jersey wrestlers, like, you know, New Jersey, you know, they're doing their thing. So with LuFisto, you know, she's known as the first lady of hardcore, super hardcore anime, and Wounded Owl Ronin. Like, let's go. She's definitely fought for women being able to wrestle or have intergender wrestling. And that was like a huge thing, especially in Canada and Quebec. And, you know, she's trained. She trained in Quebec. She's trained in Tokyo, in Japan. And she's done her thing. Like, I don't even know, like, again, she's done so much that I don't even know. She's wrestled with everybody. She has wrestled with GCW and Beyond and AEW and you name it. She's wrestled. Rise, with Shine, with Shimmer, with CCW, right? Where she's, you know, has her, you know, storied career with them as well. So like, you name it, she's done it. She's been doing this since 1998. And like, what else can you, I mean, there's a ton of you can say about LuFisto, but I feel like we'd be here all day. You know, she's awesome. She's mentored, has coached, has done it all. And it's nice to see her back in the ring. I think she, you know, she had to take a little bit of a break during the initial lockdown of the pandemic. She wasn't able to cross the borders. So we've heard that from other wrestlers as well, how difficult it was to be able to wrestle here in the States and vice versa. So she, you know, kind of took a little bit of a break, but, you know, she's back and yeah, it's great to have her. Like, LuFisto, let's go. Also, because I'm rambling on and I'm going to pass it over to you, Shay. They have been here. Alyssa, you know, was talking about, I believe it was Alyssa, was talking about how basically, you know, this is leading up to LuFisto versus Max the Impaler, which we will see in, I believe, episode 10. So yeah, so we'll have a little bit more about that after the match. But in the meantime, enough of me talking. Shay, let's get it on and popping with this match.
Yes, let's go on. But honestly, all that was good talking. That was good talking, so it's okay. Okay. So we start the match off, and I love. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Literally, like, our brains are attached because literally that's in my notes. I literally say the more women's wrestling sign. Oh my god.
We have to use this. I'm gonna save it, and we have to like use it all the time because I saw this and I was like, this.
Yes.
There we go.
And he was so serious. Like, he was looking at the camera like, more. I'm like, yeah, I agree. So we have, they come out, and right from the start, they're kind of testing each other's strength. That kind of leads to Riley kind of getting LuFisto in a body scissors, and then kind of move that into a near fall. I was very, you know, Riley was definitely giving it in this, like, very beginning. Like, I just have to say that because I was just like, okay. You better let him know. Okay. And then LuFisto gets Riley in a submission that looks very painful. Like, I yes, you see it right there. It's the top right. Painful. And then starts to kind of work her midsection, kind of driving her knee into there. Both try to work each other's arms. Like, they keep kind of like, and that's kind of what, you know, that usually we see a lot of times. They go for that one limb and try to work it until it just gives out. So they both kind of have the right idea at this point. Both kind of tried. LuFisto starts wrenching Riley's arm and then kind of like slams her into the ground. That was painful. Ow. Riley reverses and gets LuFisto in a headlock. It was a lot of back and forth, which I really liked. So it wasn't like, you know, one clear person that was like kind of controlling everything in a sense. How do you feel about just that first kind of like, you know, them getting it in? You know, how do you feel about that?
I liked how Riley just like immediately was like, she just went in. And I think that definitely takes a lot because, she's going up against a legend, right? And so, one thing that a random fact. So they are both around like 5'3", which it does not look like it here. Like they look so tall. And I was like 5'3", like your girl, I'm 5'7". So like, listen, and so I felt like it matched well, but for some reason, like they just look taller to me. But anyway, that's besides the point. It has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about. Riley went in and she was definitely going to prove herself. And so I really appreciated that.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe it's just the wrestling ability, is just the height of it. Just makes them look taller,
The camera angles, like they know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. So running back into the match, they both run the ropes for momentum. Riley then gets a takedown into a snapmare, then a kick to the spine for LuFisto. Riley begins to deliver kicks to LuFisto's chest until she catches her leg, but she gets to the ropes, luckily. LuFisto trips Riley up, and then she goes neck first onto the ropes. Ouch. The ropes is not loose. LuFisto then hits a crossbody onto her into a near fall. And then that went into getting her in a submission, putting pressure on her back and neck. I mean, you see it right in the middle. Ouch. Then a kick to the midsection as well. I mean, LuFisto was kind of going for every body part that was free and available to be touched. And then works the midsection, continues to work the midsection. Wow, that car. LuFisto then gives Riley a big boot through the ropes at one point. And I'm sorry, the face that Riley made, I get it. I would make that face too. I'm like, how did you feel about all that going on?
Baby, she got that boot to the face, and I was like, well, that's a wrap. And surprisingly, it wasn't a wrap. They kept going, but I'm like, girl, I am so sorry because that looked painful. It did. What else what else can you say?
You can say ouch.
Yeah.
Moving back into the match, LuFisto then hits a butterfly suplex for a near fall. Then stomps Riley's head into the mat. I mean, it was crazy. LuFisto then gives Riley multiple chops and multiple headbutts. I mean, for goodness sakes, how much can one person take actually? Eventually, Riley reverses to return her own set of chops. I was like, you better fight back, Riley. Like, I get it. Like, this is a legend, but you got to show them what you're working with. And Riley was. Riley then charges LuFisto into the corner and is tossed over the ropes by LuFisto. Then has her legs swept from under her on the apron. LuFisto then gives Riley another big boot. Snapmare, then LuFisto starts driving a knee between Riley's shoulder blades. As you can see right there at the bottom. Well, yeah. LuFisto charges Riley in the corner and is met with a big boot and then a missile drop kick. It was very pretty. Riley fires off on LuFisto into two double axe handles. Both are down at this point. I mean, I get it because I mean they're fighting. Eventually we get LuFisto that hits the burning hammer for the win. You have your winner, LuFisto.
So that burning hammer, which is LuFisto's finishing move, baby, I'm so sorry, Riley. I like truly, like I'm really sorry. But this is when I was saying earlier, this is when it did look like Riley was hurt. And I think through this is the match where she tore her meniscus and then was out for a little bit. And but yeah, I thought it was a great match overall. It's unfortunate that she, was injured. But LuFisto, like, what are you gonna say? She did what needed to be done. Like she obviously is so well decorated and like a champion for a reason, right? Like she was fantastic. I don't know. What do you think, Shay?
Very fantastic. I mean, I was obsessed with the finisher. Like it just looked like It hurt. My body hurt watching this. Truth be told, I need a doctor.
Truly. I'm very happy to see LuFisto still so great. She was one of the first non-WWE wrestlers I liked as a teenager. And there you go. Listen, still has fans. I know. Hi, thank you for joining us. Still has fans like this, like years later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not over, right? So like, not quite. So LuFisto, she is basking in her win when we are interrupted by a one Max the Impaler and their manager, a one Amy Rose, causing trouble. And I'm excited to see this match, which I believe, like I said, I think it's episode 10. So in 2 episodes, we will see LuFisto versus Max. Whoo!
That's gonna be very interesting. I'm actually really excited. Is it 2 weeks from now yet?
I mean, like, for us, yes, because we got to review the next episode. Yes, for them, this is long past, but yeah,
that's gonna be very exciting.
It's gonna be very exciting. So stay tuned, man. I feel like I will actually live tweet that when I'm watching it. I think I will actually live tweet it.
I think I'm gonna join you.
There you go. There you go.
Face. All right. So now we have What's the Dish with Lish, and she is joined by the best damn woman, the greatest damn woman, actually, Gia Scott. I am just, the more and more I see Gia Scott, the more and more I'm a fan. They were talking about what did Lish say? She said she wanted lounging with Lish.
Yes.
I love it. And then Gia saying that her favorite games were Call of Duty and Sims. I was like, same.
Well, okay, when I was watching this, I thought of you because I am not a gamer girl, unfortunately. Like I don't know. I left my, I stopped playing after like Super Nintendo, which is okay. And I've been recently thinking about getting back into it and like picking it back up and like, but I thought of you because Gia's naming all these games and I'm like, wow, I don't know what she's talking about. So tell us more. You are an expert in the gaming world.
So Call of Duty is basically
okay. Well, I know Call of Duty. I'm so sorry. I know Call of Duty. I know she said The Sims and Call of Duty. Then she named some other ones, and I was like, you lost me there.
Okay, so Devil May Cry. I've actually never played that one. I've seen my uncle play it. It's like some type of I think she kind of said it was like an Angels and Demons type thing. It's very sci-fi-licious. And then The Sims is amazing because you can create whatever world you want. It's literally fantastic. I haven't been able to play it lately because my PC blew out, and I only like to play Sims on PC because you can download all the houses you want. I literally downloaded the house from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, this is what I do, okay?
Okay, so wait. So you can only on PCs can you do these specific things? Like not on
Yeah, if you play on PlayStation or Xbox, you have to create those homes, and you got to have the mind of a interior designer to be able to remember how to design all these like famous TV homes.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Had no idea.
So it was nice seeing Gia Scott because I've since the last time we saw her when we were doing the reviews, but it was like more so from the newer episodes, I believe. She just stood out. Like, she has such personality, and obviously she delivers in the ring. So it's nice seeing her. And I think she has a match also next week. So that's going to be cool to see. Now, we actually have a commercial for you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play that right now.
Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw post-show, WoW post-show, AEW Dynamite post-show, Women's Wrestling Army post-show, NXT post-show, Impact Wrestling post-show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live post-show, On the Scroll, ROH post-show, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Even the person with the green bubble always gets a pop out of me. I'm so sorry.
Just shade. We love it. We do it. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So after What's the Dish with Lish, we are on Beyond the Bells, talking with Alyssa Marino, Will Washington. They are speaking with Tasha Steelz. And Tasha is basically talking about... She's talking about how she came to Women's Wrestling Army and why she wanted to, and a big part of that was because of Maria, and you know how smart Maria is, how knowledgeable, and how she was excited to be a part of it. You know, she was like, if Impact, if they have no issues, then let's go. And so, hi Nikki. And so yeah, and then she also got into the match with her and Deonna Purrazzo and Lainey Luck, and how that was supposed to pan out. And Tasha was like, I was not expecting Deonna to show up, but she did, and we did our thing, and they have great chemistry. So I really love that match. Please go watch episode 5. That is a fantastic 3-way match. It was great. And so she also talked about how basically Deonna did not beat her. She beat Lainey Luck. So, I mean, take that for what you will. But I really liked them together. And actually, that was one of my favorite matches so far for Women's Wrestling Army. So again, episode 5, check it out. And and so, Shay, what did you think? What were your thoughts about this whole entire interview?
I definitely stuck on the fact that she said she wanted to face Deonna again. I would love to see that, obviously, for obvious reasons. I have eyes and I like good wrestling, But yeah, I would love to see that. And that's true, it's not a lie. Deonna made Lainey Luck tap, not Tasha.
Mm-hmm. And that was great that we're talking about Deonna, because, baby, let's get into this main event, right? Go ahead, Shay. Let's get into this main event because I have thoughts.
So we have them both come out. Immediately, they go for a test of strength. They start trading holds, which we knew this would be that's where they're going with this. I'm saying it's true. Deonna gets Trish in a headlock, but Trish reverses into an arm hold. See, I just knew this was going to be how it was going to be. Deonna goes for Trish's arm, but Trish reverses again into a wrist lock. Deonna starts working Trish's knee, just all over the place. I'm like, how are you guys doing all this? Deonna starts twisting Trish's ankle to apply pressure, which we know that's what she always does. She likes to break a body part down. That is Deonna Purrazzo, 100%. Deonna gets Trish in a waist lock, but Trish reverses into an arm hold whilst doing the one-handed push-ups. I mean, oh my gosh, how disrespectful. How do you feel about just the beginning sequence? Geez.
I liked what Alyssa said, basically, that they were kind of feeling each other out, right? Because you just have these two powerhouses, two strong wrestlers, and they just have to kind of feel each other out and have this test of strength. And I liked it. I liked the pace. I actually enjoyed the pace of this entire match, but especially the beginning. It was just kind of you don't know where it's going to go. And then we get a lot of back and forth, which we'll get into. But the one arm push up, hilarious. Trish Adora, she is that one.
Period. That's very true. So after that, Deonna reverses yet again. I mean, there was a lot of reverses. They were very in tune with each other and figuring out what the other might be doing and already thinking of a reversal before the move was even fully put into place. She kind of was taunting the crowd a bit. The crowd was not feeling Deonna. But you know what? They were very behind Trish, so I get it. I listen. Then we get Trish gets Deonna in a headlock, then goes for 3 near falls. I mean, Trish is trying to wrap this up, and I get it. It's Deonna Purrazzo. You don't want to be in a match too long with Deonna because that's her bread and butter. She's okay with matches going long because she works people down. That's fine. Deonna catches Trish with a back elbow off the ropes. After that, Deonna places her knee into the back of Trish and goes for a near fall. Didn't work out. Deonna then gets Trish in a side headlock. And she kind of holds her there for a good little second. After that, we have Purrazzo. I said Purrazzo, just said her name Purrazzo like that. But she goes for Trish's hair. You don't go for the hair, which is enough for her to knock Trish down for another pin attempt. Both try to get chops on each other in the corner until Trish catches Deonna with an open palm strike. The whole room heard it. The whole room. How do you feel about that? What was going on there?
Listen, there is a moment that I tried to capture. Sometimes with the screenshots, it's hard to capture. Hi JD, thank you for joining us. Good to see you as always. Where the reverse elbow that sent Trish Adora down, and then there's like this moment down here at the left corner where Deonna like stomps on her hand, and I said, "See, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to stomp on her fingers like that. You know what I mean? It was a lot." The party didn't even hurt the palm strike, yes, and then with the palm strikes, yes. I don't know, is that here? Yes, I believe. Some of them were hard to capture. That whole entire sequence.
There was
lovely.
so much going on as well.
And it was all good. It was all good and it was all clean, right? I think that's something that I noticed that sometimes I don't always pay attention to, or it doesn't occur to me. But watching this, I was like, oh, this is all so clean. And so now I can see what it is that I'm looking for in the future. Right? Watching like matches.
Yeah.
If that makes any kind of sense. Again, I'm still new to this and to the vocabulary and to all of this. So, but that's something that I noticed. Like it was all very clean between the both of them.
I get what you mean. We here.
Mm-hmm.
Moving back into the match, we have Trish hitting a crossbody for a near fall. Then hits Deonna with 2 splashes in the corner, trying to just, I guess, weaken her. She then goes for a judo throw for another near fall. So now we're starting to see Trish is trying to wrap this up quickly. Deonna then gets spun around and put on Trish's knee, back first. And I mean, my back, like my scoliosis, literally, like I can't take this much longer. I can't. Then after that, Trish tries to get Deonna on her shoulders, but Deonna reverses into a waist lock. Trish reverses, but then Deonna hits a back elbow, then plants Trish for a submission hold. Trish twists Deonna's arm into the mat and then goes for a cattle mutilation hold, but Deonna gets to the ropes fairly quickly. I was surprised because usually a lot of times when Trish gets this hold in, people don't get to the ropes this fast, but it is Deonna Purrazzo, so that's a whole different that's a whole different thing, like if that makes sense. Trish then is starting to get frustrated. As you see, I think at one point she kind of just looked to the sky like, frustration when you're wrestling, one of the best. She's one of the best as well, but when 2 best go together, it's like, who's gonna get it? After that, Deonna goes for her finisher, but Trish reversed into a pin attempt that Deonna then reverses for her own pin attempt. We get a lot of seesaw going on until Deonna finally gets the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Deonna Purrazzo is our winner. What were your thoughts on this entire match as a whole?
First of all, can I just say I love how I captured the shot of Deonna getting the ropes with the shoe. I'm just gonna have to commend myself. That's a great moment. Applause to me for capturing that. I love that. Love it. Also the cameraman, I guess. Camera person. But wow, the ending of this match. Wow, the ref totally missed it. Totally missed Deonna holding onto the ropes. And Trish was not having it. That was actually a surprising ending to me. But yes, Trish was not having it. And she got up there and said so. And was like, sis, you want to come back here? If you come back here, it is over. Lights out. I mean, she didn't say that exactly, but basically that's what she meant.
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't want to say I like this ending, but I will say it does leave open possibility for a future them just, locking horns again. And if it's even better than this match, I mean, sign me up,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I also liked what Lenny Leonard said as well when he said, they don't ask how, they ask how many. I was like, yes, that is so true.
Very true. And shout out to Lenny, because I did have a screenshot of them and I don't know what happened. It did not end up here, but yes, of him and Alyssa at the very end. But yes, you're absolutely right. It's very true. So we wrap it up here where we have Trish, basically being like, you know what, you're supposed to be a champion, Deonna. Like, you're supposed to be the best, and you do this. And I love that they gave this to us from a different angle, seeing Deonna hold onto the ropes, onto the rope. But Trish is right. She was like, you are known as the best. You are known as a champ, and this is what you have to do. You have to cheat in order to get the win. And Deonna was like, I'm packing my bags, girl. I'm packing my bags because I'm booked and busy, which is true. But also, you didn't have to do that.
She also said, "Tough luck, kid."
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, Deonna.
So whenever this rematch happens, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's here for it as well.
Right. Listen. So overall, what did you think of this episode from top to bottom?
I loved it. Both matches provided in different ways. I feel like the first match with LuFisto and Riley Shepard was more like very aggressive and hard hitting, like, type of like, it was ground and pound type thing. That sounds, ground and pound. I'm just gonna say it. And then for Deonna and Trish, it was more technical, which I love. I love a good technical wrestling type match. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And obviously Gia Scott talking about, video games. I'm a bit of a video game savant myself, so I was very excited to see them talk about that.
I agree. Overall, I thought that was a really good episode. I am really excited, like we said before, excited to see Trish and Deonna in the future. Really excited to go and do more research about Riley and to see LuFisto versus Max the Impaler in a couple weeks. So overall, we're just progressing nicely, and wishing Riley again. She just recently posted about her surgery, her second surgery. So wishing her all the best in recovery. And yeah, what I like is looking at these matches, and this is from about a year ago at this point, and maybe a little bit less than a year ago. I think we're on our way, but seeing these wonderful wrestlers and like where they are today, it's awesome. It's a nice like comparison to be like, oh, this is where, and now you're like even better. I thought that was really cool. That's nice for me, comparing the two.
No, it is. It is, definitely is. And they let us know that next week we'll be getting Janai Kai versus Gia Scott, the greatest damn woman. And I'm really excited to see that matchup. So that's going to be cool next week.
Listen, Janai Kai continues her reign. It's just, again, like we said last week, when the belts are introduced, like I would not be surprised, like if Janai is not like the first champ. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you all for coming in and just listen to us go over this awesome episode of Women's Wrestling Army. Have an amazing and blessed Thursday. I don't know.
Where we can find. I know Shay, you go over everything with after NXT, which is going to be what in an hour. Come on, let's go. What is JD talking about? Why do I have a feeling Shay will be back today? I don't know. It's a good feeling. Go with it. You can find me on Twitter at Aisha Watches. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, y'all. It's just busy. I'm busy. I don't know what's happening. So I haven't been watching as much as I would like. I'm really behind on a lot of wrestling things. So I can't wait to catch up. I'll probably be tweeting about that. But that's where you can find me, tweeting into the void, random things that 80% of you do not understand. And then the 20% is like, wrestling and movies and TV. So follow me there.
Yes. And the best tweeting is the tweets that go into the void. So that's the best type of tweeting. Yeah. And you'll see me in an hour and a half. And then I'll tell you the rest.
There you go. So JD, be watching.
Exactly. Bye, guys.
Bye. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.